All right. Good evening, everybody. Commissioner Coach 704 PEL's Primetime Elite League. We are at the end of the Season 3 regular season, and we're going to be talking about some awards and doing some more analysis with everything going forward here in the playoffs. Let's jump to the awards first. So you see right here, our league MVP is Baker Mayfield, the Browns quarterback who had a very good season. And then our Coach of the Year is Boo Gotti, which was well earned. 15-1, almost had the perfect regular season, but got tripped up in week 17 against the Dolphins. And then you see the other candidates right there on the screen. In the AFC, we had Deshaun Watson as the Offensive Player of the Year, and his teammate Nathan Blue right behind him, who's also a rookie. And then some other guys had some great seasons right there. Senango Harris, is doing a really good job with the Raiders. And then Joe Mixon having a great season with the Bengals. Didn't get in the playoffs at 10-6. Tough AFC this year. I'm sorry, let me jump back to AFC. All right, Defensive Player of the Year, C.J. Mosley. He got right on the dot at 10 interceptions, so he didn't get penalized. We have a stat limit with linebackers and interceptions. You can get up to 10 without getting penalized. But then once you go over that in the regular season, it's a suspension. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Nathan Blue, we just talked about. Very good running back with the Texans. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Nick Bosa had a ton of sacks for the Jaguars. Best quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Running back, Nathan Blue. Wide receiver, Tony Flash, of course. Hugely dynamic guy here in the PEL. Still a steal in that first draft. Quentin Nelson, Olel, best O lineman. Khalil Mack, best D lineman. C.J. Mosley, best linebacker. And Josh Jones, best DB for the Texans. And the best kicker is Stephen Hauschka with the Bills. Good job. And jumping to the NFC, Shad Penny, no surprise, Offensive Player of the Year. It's pissed me off because Luke was in the lead, but then I guess the Seahawks got some good sim stats, and Wagner ended up being Defensive Player of the Year. That irks me. Justin Herbert, good rookie quarterback for the Lions, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Deontay Thompson, best Defensive Rookie of the Year. Good job for him. Jared Goff, best quarterback. I was hoping Derek Carr would get it, but he got Pro Bowl, so we'll live with that. Rashad Penny, best running back. Tyreek Hill, best wide receiver. And the Bucks finally learned how to use them, so you got your money's worth there. Lamango Hakili, best offensive lineman for the Rams. Storyline guy from the draft a couple years, year one. Good job for him. Takaris McKinley, well-earned best defensive lineman for the Falcons. A ton of sacks for him. I think he had 22 sacks. Luke Kuechly, best linebacker. See, that's what irks me. He's the best linebacker over Wagner, but doesn't get Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, really? It's maddening, I tell you. That's DB, Deontay Thompson. Another one that got me because Dante had a great year. He was in the lead for this most of the year, but then the Giants got some good sim stats. But that's okay. I'm not hurt. Best kicker, Chandler Catanzaro with the Bucks. So, if you won an award, this is what we're going to do. And you had to be the winner, not just on the list. You had to win the award. So, if you won an award and you watch this video, because I'm not going to post it anywhere so you can watch, make sure you let me know if your guy lost a development trait. So, what's going to happen now is I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. I'm going to jump into my roster, and I'm going to show you who won an award. So Luke Kuechly won Linebacker of the Year. You look at his progression history, you see development trait decreased to quick development, but he won the Linebacker of the Year. To me, that's not right. So if you got that and you won an award, I'm going to restore your development trait. second part of this, if you got an award and you didn't get an upgrade, I will upgrade your development trait. Okay, so it's two parts to it. So if you want an award number 1 and your trait went down, I'll replace it, and I'll check it myself because I think I can check that for everybody. And I may just do that, and I just may just do it. So you may not have to DM me. I'll just do it that way. So that will get straight for anyone who won an award. And that's the only thing I'm going to do with awards. I'm not going to give anything extra on that, but I just don't think that's right. You shouldn't be losing development traits if you got an award. The other part of that is if you made the Pro Bowl. So the Pro Bowl will count with that along with the awards because I consider that a big award. So the way you check your Pro Bowl, and who made the Pro Bowl? I think Dante made it. So if you go over to your progression history and scroll down, you see Pro Bowl appearance. Okay, the Pro Bowl rosters will come out anyway, and I'll record those like I always do, so I'll have that for sure. But if you want to get it in now, just go to your progression history, go down to player award under this week that we're in right now, and you'll see Pro Bowl appearance, and you got that, then you qualify for the development trait increase. Okay, so that's how we'll do that. So you gotta win an award, and then have a Pro Bowl appearance. Thanks for watching, dude. But that's how we'll handle that. So once again, Pro Bowl appearance or winning an award, you'll get the development trait increased. All right. Okay, so let's go back, and I'm gonna look at the final standings, and then we're gonna talk about the playoffs. So I'm going to give like a little brief synopsis on everybody and my thoughts real quick. We'll do this by division. So the Ravens are in. Right now the Ravens and the Texans are playing. So you guys may not be watching this, but on the replay still, I think the Ravens had a great season at 12-4. The Browns at 12-4. Right now we're trying to play the Chiefs, but the Chiefs aren't responding. So I don't know. I'm going to give the Chiefs till 12 noon tomorrow to respond. If they don't respond, then it's going to be a force for the Browns, and then we'll move forward. The dude that's commenting, we're talking our playoffs right now, so my life is good. Thanks. The Bengals at 10-6 did not get in. It's tough to miss the playoffs at 10-6. I thought they did a great job. They kind of stumbled down the stretch a little bit. They didn't win their last 2 games, but they had a stretch there where they lost a few and kind of got away from them. And the margin of error is really thin in the AFC, but I think they did a good job. And then the Steelers at 2-14. Number 1, we got to work on scheduling. We got to get better with that. We got lost some games due to forces and things of that nature. But then, they got to get some more talent on the roster. I think it's a pretty good roster, but, just a little more talent may help them out. All right, in the South, the Colts got a bye at 12-4. I think they came in like we were talking about in the chat the other day, a soft part of the schedule. I think they took advantage of it, but I did, watch him. I think he's a pretty good player. It'll be interesting to see how the playoffs go when you face, the best of the best consistently for a couple weeks. The Texans at 12-4. They did like I said, let's see if we can get a look at what's going on in their game real quick. But I think Levi's done an excellent job as usual with that team. Obviously you've seen the quarterback Watson, and then the stream didn't. I don't know what happened to the stream, but it went out. But anyway, he's developed those guys, Watson and Blue, really well as a nice backfield combination at quarterback and running back. The Jags at 10-6. I think they got some things figured out after they made some changes with the playbook mid-season. But once again, along with the Bengals, they did not make the playoffs at 10-6, which is tough. But they got enough talent to be a contender every year. And then the Titans at 0-16. I talked to them. he elected not to come back till the off season, so that's what that is. But he will be here. All right, in the AFC East, we got the Dolphins at 12-4. Good job, and they finished the season strong, winning 5 in a row. And they got a bye as a result in the AFC playoffs. And they're going to play. We got to see what seed they are here in a minute. But they're going to play either the Texans, Ravens, or the Browns, because I don't know if the Chiefs are going to respond or not. The Bills at 8-8, losing 2 in a row to end the season, but appreciate him being here. He's been a great member ever since he's joined. Good job so far, and in the off season, I think he's going to look to improve that roster and be a contender to the Dolphins here in this division. Patriots at 6-10. I talked to him. I said I'd put him on auto to the end of the season. Then we're going to revisit what's going on. This is Blake's friend. Mentioned something about being busy and things of that nature. So we'll see what happens. And then the Jets at 5-11. They're getting better. I think they still need a little more help on defense. But good job, and they're getting more talent on that roster, and they're doing a good job, offensively, and you can see in the points the defense needs a little bit of help. Tristan, I don't know who the hell that dude was. He's been on this stream before, but it's been a while, so I don't know. Anyways, AFC West, we got the Chiefs at 11-5. I know he mentioned to somebody that his I think his wife was in the hospital or something like that, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but just going back and looking at things, he hadn't played in at least a week or so. So we try to be patient, but in the playoffs it's 24 hours, and we're trying to keep this thing moving, especially with the holidays coming. So like I said, we're gonna wait till 12 noon Eastern tomorrow, and if he doesn't respond, and we've given enough time, and we'll move on. Raiders at 7-9. Good job. I played him couple weeks ago, 24-14 game. I think Blake's going in the right direction. With Luck and Newton at quarterback, I think it's his last year in his deal, so he'll probably be a free agent. But a little more help on defense, I think it will bring them around, and they could push for a wild card spot next year, or possibly even in the division. Who knows? The Broncos at 6-10. This is the team we're gonna have to watch because he's traditionally a 10-6 kind of guy in the AFC, and once he gets some offensive help, because that defense is pretty good, he's gonna be a real dangerous dude. This is a big off season for him. And then the Chargers at 0-16. I've talked to Deontay. He's gonna try to do the off season. He's having some internet issues, so that's what's holding him back now. But if you didn't know, he did a big move across the country, well, halfway across the country, so that's what's kind of got him tied up right now. So I'm just ignoring the chat on the side. You guys have fun with that. Let's jump to the NFC. The Vikings and the Seahawks are playing tonight in the wild card, the other NFC wild card game. Vikings at 9-7. I was really surprised. They were him and the Bears were scheduled week 17, and we were waiting on the Bears to respond, and the Bears said give them a force, and that game could have settled who won the division, but Bears stepped up and admitted that he didn't respond in the right way, so we gave him the force, and this is where we are. So Vikings and Seahawks played earlier this year. The Vikings defeated the Seahawks the first time around, so it's going to be an interesting game later on. If anyone's up to watch it, I won't be, but that'll be a good one to see. The Bears at 7-9, a good season for them. They made the playoffs last year at I think it was 11-5. They fell off a little bit this year, but they've been in contention all Madden so far, and that team continues to push, and a little more help, they can take over this NFC North, and The Packers at 5-11. Gape had a down season. He's down on himself a little bit, but he's got some good young talent. And, he was saying in the chat that his receiver had led the league in receptions. We'll look at that here in a minute. But there's some good talent in Green Bay, especially those DBs on defense. So we'll see what another offseason does. And then the Lions at 3-13. A lot of different stuff going on with them this year. We'll see how they do the offseason. But, they had the quarterback Justin Herbert. That was offensive rookie of the year, so that's a good building block for them going forward. All right, NFC South, the Panthers 13-3. We'll get to my wild card game here in a minute when we look at it, and I'll break it down. But we're continuing on. We'll play the Giants in the next round. We were the 3 seed, so we'll play the 2 seed because they'll get the highest remaining seed. We've had a good year. The 3 losses, 2 of them came early, and then the other one, I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. So I lost to the Falcons, I lost to the Chiefs, in a crazy game that shouldn't have happened that way. And the other loss was I don't know. Well, anyway, we're playing next week. The Saints at 9-7, very talented team. Hard to play, Reggie. We've been playing since League of Legends year 1 with this thing. So we know each other way too well, and, we both have to try to break tendencies when we play each other, and, it's always a very tough game. Beating him 3 times this year, I didn't think was going to happen. I didn't want to see him in the playoffs, but, we managed to get through it. The Falcons at 9-7, we all know Ben's style, the West Coast kind of offense, and then a defense that doesn't give up big plays. And then it just drags the game down to a very, very grinding type of game. I think he's too influenced by Paul Johnson at Georgia Tech, but now he's gone, so maybe he'll open up the offense a little bit. But anyways, tough to get knocked out on the last game of the season. You lost to the Saints by 1 point. That's why he didn't get in the playoffs. But, very talented team in Atlanta. And then the Bucks at 8-8. You already saw you had the leading receiver with Tyreek Hill to match the running style of offense with Fournette and Snell in the backfield. I think the defense is where the focus needs to be in the offseason. You see the points giving up 364. Offense putting up 311. That's more than the Falcons and the Saints. So, offense I don't think is the problem. It's definitely defense, and I think that's what he'll focus on with free agency and the draft coming up. All right, NFC East, the Giants at 13-3, dominated, winning the division by 6 games. I didn't see that coming. I thought the Redskins and Cowboys were going to be a bit more of a challenge here, but that didn't happen. You got Odell and Saquon on offense, and anytime you got that kind of combination, it's hard to stop. And then defensively, Kyle's a very good user. So we'll see whatever linebacker he's using this year, and we'll see. I hadn't seen much streams on him, but we'll see what happens in the playoff game. The Redskins at 7-9. Offensively, they did really well this year. 391 points. That's got to be up there in the tops of the league. But giving up 382, I think the defense is going to have to be the focus to try to get better this year. They got the young quarterback Jackson from A&T, storyline guy. I think he'll be the guy going forward with Alex Smith being 36. I think they got a good future offensively, but defensively they got to get some help. And then the Cowboys at 4-12. Offense is their issue. You see 213. They gotta find something there. I think their tight end Saturn is great. I don't know if the quarterback is the guy, or I don't know what the issue is really, because they got the line, they got the running back. Receivers seem to be pretty good that I've seen anyway. We'll see what Lee does to try to get it straightened out. And then the Eagles, coming in, that roster was a little bit down. I think the offseason is going to help him a good bit, and appreciate him being here. All right, and finally the NFC West, the Rams. I see he was watching. I don't know if he still is or not, but at 15-1, excellent season. It's good to get that loss out the way before the playoffs, because Madden has a way of just ruining undefeated seasons like never before. So good job for him this year. Playing with that talent is it's a fun time to play with all that talent in LA. And then the Seahawks at 12-4, like I said, they're playing the Vikings tonight in the wild card game. Penny is just ridiculous, and the offense that the Seahawks run is not one that you see normally. It's a little bit different, and it's a lot of stuff to prepare for in audibles and such. So you have to be on your game and have enough talent to match what they've got throwing at you. The Cardinals at 9-7 had a really, really good season. They were deserving to be in the playoffs, but when you play in a division with the Rams and the Seahawks, it's really, really tough because just looking at your divisional record, that's what kept them out. 2-4 in the division. If you go outside of the division, he was 7-3 outside the division. So, hey, you got to make hay in there somehow. But good job for him turning things around this season. And then the 49ers at 4-12, you keep grinding at it. Eric has made the playoffs before in our league, so he's capable once he can get his roster the way he wants it. All right, so the way the seeding shook out, the Rams got the 1, Giants got the 2, Panthers with the 3, Vikings with the 4, Seahawks got the 5, and the Saints got the 6. The Falcons and Cardinals just missed out. Buccaneers, you were 1 game out. And the AFC, Dolphins got the 1, Colts got the 2, East, South, where's the North? Okay, Ravens got the 3, and the Chiefs got the 4. And then your wild cards, the Texans are the 5, Browns are the 6. Okay, and then once again, Bengals and Jags just missed out, 1 game out of the playoffs right there. So that's how it shook out this season in the regular season. Great job, everyone. Let's break down the 1 playoff game that's been finished. And that's me. 25-10 victory over the Saints. We really played well in the first half. We jumped out to a 17-3 lead at halftime. We had the benefit of some turnovers, as you can see, 4 turnovers right there. The defense played really well. Giving up the field goal right before the half, we let 1 pass get away from us. They got them in the field goal range, and then the 7 points in the fourth quarter, we were running an all-out blitz, and they caught us in a screen. So that's how those points got on the board. But only giving up 2 rushing yards to Kamara was amazing. But I was very happy with our performance overall. Only thing in the red zone, as you probably saw, we had 3 field goals in the red zone. We got to get touchdowns when we're down there. But then we were playing it pretty conservative, too, because I liked how the defense was playing, too. Derek Carr had a good game, 14-18, 181 and 2 touches. Stidham with 3 interceptions. Like I said, the defense played really well. Didn't get much on the ground. The Saints have a lot of talent in that front 7, and it's hard to run the ball against them for a lot. We did a great job on Kamara, though. I mean, that was really impressive. No receivers really had huge games. Pretty standard across the board there. A lot of guys had some sacks because of the defense being played. Tyquan Lewis had 2. And then interception-wise, Dupree, those were user picks. We did a good job with that. And Dante got 1, so good job overall. And like I said, the Texans and the Ravens are playing right now. And the Seahawks-Vikings have kicked off as well. Okay. So, like I said, 12 noon Eastern time, we'll see if the Chiefs respond. I sent him a DM myself. If he does not respond to me, we're going to advance at that time tomorrow, and we'll keep things moving. There was one other thing I wanted to go through here. Oh gosh, where is it? We did the awards. There was one other thing I wanted to do. Now I can't even think. Oh, the stats. That's right. Okay, so final stats for the regular season. Let's look at those real quick. And we're going to do team stats. So the best offensively this season. Alright, so we got the Browns, Texans, Redskins, Dolphins, I'm not counting the Chargers, Rams, and Ravens are your best offensive teams. Best passing teams: Browns, Texans, Redskins, Dolphins, Rams, Vikings. Best running teams: Browns, oh damn, Browns, Colts, Seahawks, Bengals, Texans. And points per game: Browns, Texans, Colts, Giants, Panthers, and the Rams tied for fifth right there. Defensively, best total defense. Okay, Falcons, Rams, Bears, Bills, Panthers. Best passing defense: Falcons, Bears, Rams, Bills, Panthers. That's the same damn thing. Best running defense: Falcons, Rams, Chiefs, Colts, Giants. And then points given up: Rams, Giants, Panthers, Falcons, Bears. Top sacking team: Colts, Broncos, Falcons, Browns, Bills. Most fumbles, you hit stick people: Colts, Falcons, Dolphins, Cardinals, Broncos. And interceptions: Giants, Colts, Panthers, Saints, Ravens. Alright. Alright, we'll look at conversions. Best third downs: Ravens, Browns, Rams, Texans, Colts, and Panthers tied for fifth there. Red zone efficiency, scoring, we won't look at that too much. Least penalized, Panthers, that's nice. Didn't expect that. Most penalized, of course, the auto teams. And turnover. Turnover difference: Colts, Giants, Panthers, Cardinals, Texans. Top five in that category. And this is why I said the Cardinals deserve to be in the playoffs. I mean, that's awesome. So those are your team stats right there. Player stats. Let's go to the league. Alright. And top passing yards. Alright, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, Drew Lock, Jared Goff, and alright, Justin Herbert. We'll throw him in there. Top five passing yardage. Rushing yardage: Rashad Penny, Joe Mixon, Saquon Barkley, Nathan Blue, Senango Harris, your top five rushers in the league. Receiving yards: Tony Flash, DJ Chark, Tyreek Hill, Brandon Cooks, Antonio Brown. Top five receivers in the league. No surprises there. And let's go defense. Let's see if this is accurate. Top sack leaders in the league: there's McKinley, Bosa, Khalil Mack, Jadeveon Clowney, Manuel Ogba. Interception leaders: Dante Jackson is never on here. Why do they hate on us? Anyway, Mosley, McKinney, Thompson, Collins, and Josh Jones. Good job for you guys. Alright. Alright, so the one person that's still watching, thank you for your support. If you're watching the replay on this, appreciate your dedication to the league. So tomorrow will be the divisional round, and then Wednesday will be conference championships, and maybe we'll move faster enough to get the Super Bowl in once again. If you have a guy that won an award, a year award, or made the Pro Bowl, let me know if their development drops. We'll get it right, and then if it didn't go up, then we'll get it up. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Good luck in the playoffs. Appreciate it. Thanks.